Hello everyone, welcome to the channel and thank you for visiting my channel. My name is Tariq and I have something to say. I'd like to talk about what's going on between Israel, the Palestinian people, Hamas, and of course the Palestinian Authority and ultimately the United States of America. What happened on October 7th, I don't think I have to or need to remind anyone or prove to anyone that personally I condemn, I am against violence, against barbaric violence, which is referred to these days as terrorism. So I condemn what Hamas did. And to give some background, subjectively, before I address the issue objectively, I am the product of a biologically Palestinian refugee from 1948 father and a Syrian mother. Now, both of them were secular, so that's how they met. And they moved to Doha, Qatar, where I was born. I'm the youngest of 4 siblings. And I was raised in a very Palestinian nationalist environment, which religion was not a part of. My parents were left it up to us, basically. And then I moved here to Portland, Oregon, when I was 16 and a half, after I finished high school. So I do not believe in biology to determine where your homeland is, nor do I believe in blood and genetics to identify or point at where's my homeland. My home is Portland, Oregon. I've lived in Portland for 33 years, longer than I've lived anywhere else, Middle East or otherwise, and I was fortunate to travel the world with my job. So I'm an Oregonian, Portlander, which happens to be part of the United States of America. That's my home. That doesn't mean I do not identify, I do not empathize, I do not believe in the just Palestinian cause. That is, over 7 million people between the West Bank and Gaza have been living in dire situations, under dire circumstances. And I choose freely to support, promote the freedom, the self-recognition, self-determination, independence, and believe it or not, yes, the very basic human rights for every Palestinian, every Arabic speaking, every person, male or female, child or adult, Muslim, Christian, Jewish, secular, atheist, Baha'i, Ismaili, Alawi. They're just human beings. They are people, and they deserve the very basics of human rights. Dignity, freedom of transportation, freedom of choosing where to live. Of course, that requires peace. And Hamas didn't help the situation, of course, but this is what I wanted to clarify. Hamas is not recognized by the official world organizations and institutions like the United Nations, and of course the major powers of the world: United States, Russia, China, European Union, and the United Kingdom, and so forth. The official organization or entity that represents the Palestinian people can negotiate on behalf of the Palestinian people, can sign agreements on behalf of the Palestinian people, is the PLO, the Palestinian Liberation Organization, which has a civilian administration called the Palestinian Authority. And after the Oslo Accord, which was basically a roadmap for peace, some inside of Israel decided that forget peace and negotiations. We're powerful. We're the most powerful country in the region. So why are we capitulating? Why are we caving in? Why are we giving in to demands? And that was Ariel Sharon. And of course, we, or the Palestinians, had a counterpart of Ariel Sharon, represented in Hamas leadership at the time, which were just as extreme. And if you don't remember, I'll remind you, the suicide bombings inside of Israel, where human beings brainwashed by Hamas extremist ideology, of course the promise of some 70 plus virgins in heaven, and you can imagine the rest, would strap bombs, explosives to their bodies and go into nightclubs and cafes. And it was another ugly chapter of the human history and the struggle. The Palestinians see it as freedom fighting or resistance to occupation. And of course, the Israelis see it as defending their country and their homeland. Okay, now let's fast forward to what happened on October the 7th. Not only Israel, the whole world, on top of it, the United States, didn't just give Israel the freedom to defend itself. I found it very peculiar that the United States would actually say Israel has the right, in fact, is responsible or must defend itself. That must was a green light to basically go after Hamas, regardless of civilian casualties. So what Israel is, in my opinion, based on what's currently happening, Israel is not responding to an attack. Israel is in vengeance mode. They are seeking revenge. And the closest example I can think of is a tick or a mosquito that bit a moose. And now the moose is mad. It is pissed. And it's going to find that mosquito and its family and its cousins and uncles. And oh my God, it's going to destroy them and their home and everything they own. So, thank you, Hamas. F you, Hamas. You screwed up. But there's a way out of this. For Israel, I think, objectively, based on historical facts and data, the military solution never worked. They hit back. One party hits, the other party hits back. And of course, the Palestinians in general and this Hamas and Jihad organizations are nowhere near the military capabilities of a nuclear state like Israel. So the response is always in proportion. It's not a fair fight. Yet again, that mosquito just keeps coming back. I think Israel, to guarantee, to ensure that this doesn't ever happen again, should take this golden opportunity and leverage it to its advantage. How? Reach to the moderates among the Palestinians. In the West Bank, we have independence. There are some of the that moderate leadership actually in Israeli jails. They're political prisoners. Reach out to the Palestinian Authority. Ask someone to mediate. Make peace happen. The Palestinians already gave in to most demands. They're willing to give up on East Jerusalem as the capital. They lost so much land from the West Bank, and Gaza is the most crowded place on earth. So it's not much to work with, but yeah, you can secure yourself, Israel. Make sure that there is no more excuse amongst the extremists like Hamas and Jihad and all the others to attack and seek vengeance, and then attack and seek vengeance. By securing peace with the Palestinian people, not Hamas, which is an offshoot of the Islamic Brotherhood or the Muslim Brotherhood, and don't really want a Palestinian state. They, as a self-identified Palestinian, Hamas does not represent me or the millions. Of course, they have between 15 to 30% maybe support, but most Palestinians just want to live in peace. And don't forget, there are Christian Palestinians and Jewish Palestinians and atheists and seculars and Baha'is. And so you can't just say, well, the Muslim background or the Islamic background. No. So the Palestinian people want peace. That way you can pull the rug from underneath Hamas and Jihad. And you can also support the Palestinian Authority, the moderates, the international community, the regional communities and countries to contain Hamas, and maybe even turn it into just a political organization, a party that is not militant. It's happened before. Ireland, Yugoslavia, it's happened before. It can be done. It just needs the will. I hope you think about some of the things that I said, form your opinions, and I'm willing to listen, and I will be back with something to say. Thank you.